talked about the other day, since it's been a couple days, let's talk a little bit about denotation. Who remembers what denotation means? Go ahead.
The dictionary definition of a word.
The dictionary definition of a word. So if you remember, excuse me, I'm talking. If you remember the other day, I gave you the definitions for thrifty and cheap, right?
Yeah.
Thrifty, we said, means you're really not spending a lot of money. And cheap, we said, that also means you're not really spending a lot of money. But if we flip over to connotation, you can flip over to the next one. And we talked about connotation. So what does connotation mean, Rowan?
Like the feeling that a word invokes.
Exactly. The feeling that a word invokes. So remember I asked you thrifty and cheap. What would you rather be? Thrifty. So someone tell me why you'd rather be thrifty than cheap. Go ahead.
Thrifty is when you're careful.
Okay.
And cheap is when you don't want to waste money.
Okay, so one's when you're careful, you don't really want to waste money. But let's be a little more specific. Go a little further with that.
So cheap is usually used in a bad way,
Exactly.
and thrifty is like kind of like not wanting to spend your money, but when you do spend it, spending it well.
All right, well, you hit the nail on the head right there. She said cheap is like in a bad way. So yes, cheap has a negative connotation. Whereas thrifty, you'd rather be thrifty because you're saving money and you're doing something good. So thrifty, more positive connotation. Cheap, more negative connotation. Good. We can move on. Let's work with these. We talked about this, why we need to think about loaded words. It's really important to consider the language that we use, especially as we get ready to create our own media messages. Talked about it. Loaded words, we know that loaded words are those big words that are loaded with positive and negative and neutral emotion. We can go on over. We looked at these headlines the other day. We talked about murder, kills, slain. We said that kills was probably the most tame, and slain and murder were the ones that really invoked those negative feelings for you guys. All right, go on over. All right, so go ahead and look at your